The number is totally shocking. I couldn't believe my eyes. You might have heard that we have a housing supply problem in Canada. Experts say there's a lot more people who want a place to live than available houses for them. How serious is this problem? Since I love number crunching, I decided to get data and analyze numbers. If you go to State Canada government website, you can get the number of housing starts, the number of housing under construction, and number of housing completions by each quarter since 1948. From the year 1955, you can get those numbers by different types of homes, such as detached, semi-detached, and townhome. As I live in Ontario and as I'm an Ontario real estate agent, I decided to research only Ontario numbers. I've drawn two lines here, one for housing starts and the other for housing completions since 1948. As you can see in the chart, the total number of houses completed around 1950 was about 30,000 per year. Then, do you know how many houses per year on average we've been building for the last decade in Ontario? The number is totally shocking. I couldn't believe my eyes. On average, for the last 10 years, we've built about 65,000 homes per year. It's just one side of the equation. I've just shown you the supply side. If we had a very small population growth during the same time period, there would be no problem in the housing market. However, as you know, that is not the case. Before I show you the graph that shows the population growth in Ontario for the last century, let me ask you a question. Do you know how many new immigrants are coming to Ontario per year on average? It has been about 120,000 per year on average for the last 10 years. Let's take a moment and think about it. There's a lot of people coming in from outside of Ontario and Canada. I believe that this number is greater than natural population increase within Canada. Now, let's take a look at the population growth in Ontario. According to World Population Growth website, there were about 4.5 million people living in Ontario in 1951. In 2020, the total number of people who call themselves Ontarians is about 13.5 million. If you calculate, it's about 1.6% increase on average per year. This means that we can expect to have about 220,000 more people in 2021. There is one more piece of information we need to gather for today's calculation. What is the average household size in Ontario? The number is 2.6 people in a household, according to 2016 census data. Previously, I said the total number of new homes completed in Ontario is about 65,000. Then 65,000 times 2.6 is about 170,000. To sum it up, when we have about 220,000 additional people per year, the total new homes per year can accommodate only 170,000 people, which leaves 50,000 people who have to find homes from elsewhere. The problem is that the deficiency of housing each year accumulates over time. It is a really hot seller's market right now, and many people say the current market condition is not sustainable. Why are we having this seller's market for such a long time this time around? There might be several reasons, such as a very low interest rate, pent-up demand, and increased savings during the pandemic for some potential buyers. However, I believe the biggest problem in real estate market now is the shortage of housing. when we have many people who are in need of a roof over their heads, we have only so much available in the market. Then what should be done? It is not an easy task to solve this problem, especially in Canada, where the three different levels of government, the federal, provincial, and local municipality, have all different responsibilities and interests and priorities. It will require incredible collaborations from politicians and government officials to align these three levels of government so that they work together on this challenge. That's why I am saying it would be tough. One thing is for sure, as we have high demand and low supply, we might want to increase the supply significantly, or we can reduce the demand somewhat and increase the supply somewhat. One thing I'd like to add is that you can expect the population density in a city will go up no matter what. Some people might think that we have plenty of available land in Canada. Why not just expand and build new homes in a green belt or just outside of cities? Most cities don't want to expand the size of the city horizontally because it's much more costly than to expand vertically. As you can imagine, when a city expands horizontally, then it needs to build new roads, new water and sewer lines and electricity lines. The whole infrastructure has to be built. In case of vertical expansion, the cost to accommodate bigger populations will be much smaller. Therefore, you will see more high-rises in many cities in Ontario in the future. What does it mean? It means the value of land within a city will go up. I will talk more about it in a later episode. That's it for today. Thank you.